A teenager knows when a parent loves them. They know when you make them a priority in your life. Let them feel loved. Most times they act as if they don't need their parents, like they can take care of themselves, while in reality they need their parents more. And when parents know that they can't make their children or teenagers their priority, they shouldn't have brought them into the world.
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, what do I mean? I want to make a reference to those parents who think that their teenagers can take care of themselves just because the teenager looks mature or huge. You see, some parents, what they normally do is in the morning they'll prepare food and put it in the fridge for the teenager to eat after school. And you hear something like, when you come back from school, open the fridge for your packed lunch. Eat and don't open the door for anyone. Do you hear me? And they're off to work. Most times it's a long shift and they'll come back at night. Have you wondered what that teenager is doing when they're not here? Your teenager might not go home after school. Rather, he or she will be roaming the street with their kind, and those other teens like them, your teenager might not be a bad person, but soon enough, he or she will be influenced.
Yeah, it happens, it happens all the time. Sometimes you'll be driving or you're walking around and you'll be seeing some teenagers roaming around. You'll be wondering, it's not during the time, school time or something. They're supposed to be at home. School has already finished a long time. What are they still doing out there? You understand? And why you see them, like you said, they're roaming around the mall. They are not there with their schoolmates. Do you understand? They're just hanging around there. Most of them go inside the shop and everything. Some of them, they are good kids, right? They are good teenagers, like you just said, they're very from a good home. But because they're hanging around with some of their mates, they're going inside the shop. One or two of their mates might not even know what those ones are doing. Some of them might steal from their shop. And when they get caught, do you understand? Police are going to get all of them. What happens? You said they get criminal record, right? None of them. And all of them are together, including that one that looks like he's a good kid, right? He's got criminal record. It affect them later in future. You understand? So that's what the problem. And you start wondering, why? Why are they roaming the street? What is happening? What are their parents? What is going on? They're supposed to be at home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you're roaming the street, you're looking for trouble. Soon enough, you'll be introduced to bad behaviors, and your teenager will then start smoking, drinking, and they'll start wearing expensive clothes just to look good in front of girls or boys.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll start hanging at the mall, as you said, and maybe they'll start stealing from shops as well. And they'll just being up to no good because he or she is in charge. And some of them would be pressured to join gangs and to have that sense of connection and pride. He will be exposed to violence. He might be pressured to commit a crime, which might lead to criminal records or prison, as you said.
Yes, those are the things. Once start roaming on the street, you're looking for trouble. You get that? You're looking for trouble when you're out there. They're hanging around with those kids. They're hanging around. Okay, peer pressure. Are they? You see them. It's appalling because now, what are the parents doing? What are the parents? Once the teenagers they finish school, they're supposed to be at home. They're supposed to go home. That's it. They're not supposed to be hanging around the street and all that, following other kids. They've been influenced easily. You made mention of wearing designers' clothes and every stuff, right? Is in the street. On street there, they're showing off. Sometimes they might tell their fellow teenagers, okay, go to that shop. You think you're smart, get that stuff, get this, get that. It's part of it. They start stealing. They start learning bad behaviors, start behaving badly, and all those kind of things. They get influenced by their peers. What are the parents? Those kids supposed to be at home. Teenagers supposed to be at home. Once they finish school, they're supposed to go home.
Mm-hmm.
If their parents cannot pick them, they're supposed to make sure that they're home. Do you understand? You already said that the parents in the morning, they go out in the morning, they put food in the fridge for the kids to eat. Once you come back from school, open the fridge and take your lunch. Eat. Off to work. They don't know what that teenager is doing at home. Do you understand? Then you say that that teenager might not come back home. He start roaming the street. Because of what? He or she knows that the parents are not going to see them. They expect them to be at home. But they are home. What is their home now? On the street. Do you understand? They already have a home on the street. Then most times they already know when their mom or their dad is coming back home. Understand? And when it's getting to that time, that's when they will come back home. They will be at home. When their moms come back, what did he do? Yeah, I was at home doing stuff. But the teenager was not at home. Understand? He was roaming around the street with other boys, other girls, showing off. They start wearing designer clothes. And sometimes the parents might not even notice that they're wearing designer clothes. They don't have all those clothes because it's not their priority. Like you said earlier, the parents didn't make those kids their priority. What is their own priority? It's their job.
And money.
And money. Do you understand? So it's part of it's what's happening most times.
Yeah, what you have to remember is that there's no supervision, so he can do whatever he likes. And I know some parents will say that they do call to check on their kids sometimes. But what do you think he's doing home alone? He might be exposed to age-inappropriate sexual behavior and watching pornographic images, watching television all day because they're not their parents' priority.
That's what you just said earlier. They're not their priority. Their parents' priorities are what? Money. They want to make more money. Sometimes you see them, they're doing overtime, to acquire more money. I understand that. They might say that, yes, they have, how will I say, they have to make money anyway to take care of the families. They have extra responsibilities, like most of us that come from Africa or come from Caribbean, where people are coming from. We have family members who send them money. They have to work more to send those money. Do you understand? I understand that. But your priority is supposed to be what? First priority is supposed to be your kids.
Kid.
Mm-hmm. Understand? It's supposed to be your kids. Take care of them. Make sure that they're there. Make sure that they're there. Your eyes on them. Do you understand? Because when you're trying to please others, sending them money, acquiring more money, making all this money, who's gonna eat the money?
You're good.
Do you understand what I mean? Mm. That's the issue. No, it's seriously so sad. It's happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's happening every time.
Yeah, it's sad because that many parents have failed their teenagers unknowingly because they want to give them freedom and independence. Giving freedom and independence is good, but not by abandoning your responsibility as a parent. That's your duty.
It's their duty, yes. They abandon your responsibility. Most of them don't really know that they abandon your responsibility. They're doing it unknowingly, right? They have to work. Some parents will say that they have responsibilities as well. Like I said earlier, they're going to work, they have bills to pay, they have mortgage to pay. Understand me? Therefore, there should be a compromise somewhere. Something has to give. You can't have your cake and eat it. Normally, the people always say that, isn't it? You can't have your cake and eat it. And life is not like that. Life is not like that at all. Teenagers, they need supervision. They need guidance. They need their parents. If their parents' guidance and family members are not there for them, they will get a family in the street. Those on the street there, they're going to be their family. They're going to show them love. And they always expect something in return. Do you understand? And it doesn't end well once you get on the street. Once they have family there, it doesn't end well. They will show you love. They will tell you a lot of things. They take the opportunity to groom that child. They groom that teenager. It doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl. They groom that person. And you'll be wondering, this is not the child I used to know. And this is not that person that I know. They changed drastically. Because of what? The parent didn't make that teenager their responsibility. They make that teenager their priority. Some go in because they need fancy cars, they need fancy clothes and everything. They want more money, the parents. Then they're neglecting their children. They're neglecting their teenagers. They don't care. It's happening every day. And then we'll be hearing stories of things happening. Kids being killed and all those stuff. It starts first from the family. It starts. You said at the beginning that kids, they know when the parents love them. They know when they made them their priority. Do you understand? Once you don't care, once you didn't show them that love, once you didn't show them that they are your priority, and they get it outside, you can't get it back. You can't get it back. It's difficult to get it back. And it doesn't end well at all, like I said. Yes?
Yeah, I just want everyone to know that you have to have this in mind, that a teenager knows when a parent loves them, as I said at the start, and they know when you make them a priority in your life. But you have to let them feel loved. Most times they act as if they don't need you, and they think that they can take care of themselves, while in reality, you're supposed to take care of them.
That's it. We're not pointing fingers, at anybody. We're not trying to say a lot of things. We're not trying to, actually point finger at anybody.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Well, the only thing you have to understand is this. As a parent, when you're trying to acquire all those wealth, you're trying to acquire the riches and everything, you understand? Who's going to eat it? Who are you acquiring those things for?
Your child.
And those kids, when going out there, at the end of the day, they are not there to eat. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. You have to take care of your children. You have to take care of your teenagers. In return, they have to take care of you. You have to give something. If you said that, okay, you said at the beginning that if the parents, they know that they're not going to make their children priority or their responsibility, then they're not supposed to allow them to come into the world, isn't it? They could have said, okay, yes. There's no way for them to bring the children here and just abandon them like that. And we're judging, not judging anyone, but it happens. Sometimes it's unknowingly. Sometimes it's just a family separation. Sometimes it's just like, I don't know. But once you get to that stage, as a parent, you know that you're struggling. The teenager is overpowering you. You can't control them anymore. Seek help, call, tell other people, talk to your family members. Try some other ways to bring that teenager back. Otherwise, it's difficult. When they are out, they can't come back. You're going to lose them. And when you lose them, it doesn't end well. Sometimes it ends in prison. Sometimes it ends in death. Sometimes you will be asking questions. Why? How did it go wrong? How? What did I do? But it's difficult. It's very, very difficult. It's very, very, very difficult. It's happening every day. You're seeing people. You're seeing kids. You're seeing teenagers. They've lost their way. They lost their way. They're even scared of going out. They're scared of going out home. They're scared of going to school. They can't stay at home. And they don't have someone to talk to. They don't have anyone to confide in. Because the people they're looking up to, like to guide them, people they're looking up to, they're going to look up to, those ones don't care about them. They are busy taking care of themselves, looking nice, looking good. They're not even looking around. They're not even noticing what is happening around them. Those are the things, Understand? So as a parent, is very, very, it's something that we should take serious. You know, it's something that we should take serious.
Yeah. Thank you for watching this podcast. Thank you for listening as well. And please just remember that.
Remember that family is everything.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.